Today I'm going to be reading from my book, Empowered Voices. So Empowered Voices is a collection of 10 short stories I published on Amazon about 2 months ago. And the stories are of the themes of friendship, social media, and societal issues. So I'm going to read the first story from my book, termed Shadows of Infidelity. So, Shadows of Infidelity, Chapter 1. Femi Ajayi was the epitome of success. At 40, he had built a real estate empire, owning significant properties in Chevron and parts of Lekki, Lagos. His luxurious lifestyle was a testament to his hard work and strategic investment. Despite his hard work, despite his wealth and influence, Femi had a void in his life. Chinwe could know the void. Their 7-year marriage had been plagued by childlessness, a constant reminder of their unfulfilled dreams. Femi's loyalty to Chinwe had always been unwavering. He supported her fertility treatment, comforting her during the moments of despair. To the outside world, Femi was the perfect husband. But behind closed doors, Femi's heart yearned for something more. Femi's heart desired for youth and excitement. Femi found solace in his secretary. Her name is Jennifer. Jennifer was everything Femi's wife was not. Jennifer was young. She was undeniably beautiful. She was standing at 5 feet 9 inches tall, and she seemed to be a constant distraction at Femi's office. Now their affair began innocently enough, with lingering glances and casual touches. But as the months passed, their relationship deepened, and Femi found himself ensnared by her charm. The plan unfolds. Femi's plan to leave his wife and start anew with Jennifer had been meticulously crafted over 15 months. He sold significant properties. He sold some of his property in Abuja, Port Harcourt, Lagos, amassing a small fortune to fund their new life in Canada. Jennifer was to pursue a master's degree in Canada, while Femi secured a postdoctoral at a prestigious Canadian university. As their departure date approached, Femi concocted a story about an international business meeting to explain his absence to his wife. His ever supportive wife, she wished him well, unaware of Femi's plan. Femi promised to send her a letter, believing it would soften the blow of his departure. On the morning of their flight, Femi arrived at Jennifer's house, anticipating, and to his dismay, the gate was locked with a heavy padlock. But his calls went unanswered. Desperate Femi, he checked into a nearby hotel, hoping that Jennifer would call him soon. Unknown to Femi, Jennifer had orchestrated a different plan. With a third of Femi's money in her pocket, she and her boyfriend, Jamal, they were hiding out at Echo National Hotel before they left for Sweden. Jamal had convinced Jennifer that it was safer to stay low for a while, ensuring they get caught. Jennifer spent her days at the spa, enjoying room service, entertaining her friends, and she felt on top of the world. Jamal was secure. Little did she know, Jamal had his own agenda. Jamal had met Chinwe once during one of his visits to Jennifer's house. They were bound by their shared resentment for Femi and Jennifer's betrayal. Femi returned home and he met an empty house. He found a brown envelope on the counter. Inside were the divorce papers he had received from his wife. His wife had discovered that Femi intended to jilt her and run away with his girlfriend. Now he started calling his wife, but her phone was off. With no other options, he turned his attention back to Jennifer, his girlfriend and mistress, only to hear her drunken voice telling him that she was in a better place not to call her ever again. Now Femi was distraught. He spent the night in agony, unable to comprehend the magnitude of betrayal. Meanwhile, at Echo Hotel, Jennifer's perfect world began to crumble. The following morning, she woke up to the loud of the hotel porter. He was requesting to clean up the room. Groggy and confused, Jennifer went up to tip the porter. So she only found her stash of foreign currency had been replaced with fake notes. Panic-stricken Jennifer, she realized Jamal had betrayed her. With no money and a hefty hotel bill of 750,000 naira, she was left to pay in handcuffs. Jennifer's mind raced with regret. She had lost everything: her job, her money, her dignity, and her fleeting romance with her rich boss. Now, Chinwe's heartbreak led her to a new chance. She encountered Jamal at the beach. They had met once before, and their mutual betrayal by Femi and Jennifer drew them together. Over time, their relationship blossomed into a genuine connection. They decided to pass behind and start a new life in Portugal. Using the money Chinwe liquidated from her account, they opened a bush bar, importing palm wine from Nigeria, and they created a haven for Afro lovers in Portugal. Their business thrived, and they found happiness in each other's company. Femi, upon discovering their whereabouts, he never attempted to contact them. He was too ashamed of his action and the pain he had caused. Femi's life after Jennifer was a stark contrast to his former glory. He returned to his business, but the joy and fulfillment he once felt were gone. His betrayal had cost him his wife, his love, and his peace of mind. He often thought about Chinwe, regretted the way he treated his wife. Jennifer, on the other hand, she faced legal consequences for her unpaid hotel bill, and she was left to rebuild her life from scratch. Her betrayal and greed had led her down a path of self-destruction. She vowed never to make the same mistakes again. In the end, the lives of Femi, Chinwe, Jennifer, and Jamal were changed forever. Chinwe and Jamal found solace in each other, building a new life far away from the shadows of their past. Femi and Jennifer, though separated, they carried the weight of their actions, a constant reminder of the fragile nature of infidelity. So guys, I just read a story about a man that cheated on his wife with his mistress. So he wanted to interlope with his mistress, but unknown to him, his wife knew his plan. So his wife also ran away with her own lover, where she started her new life in Portugal. Thank you so much for joining me today. So that's the first story from my book, Empowered Voices. I'm going to do the second story in a minute. So I'm going to take 2 minutes and I'll be back to continue. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, let me even respond to some of my messages. I'll be back to respond if you guys don't mind. Please, I'll be back. Hello everyone, you're welcome back. So we're moving to the next story, which is titled Chidi Story. So Chidi was born into a modest family in Jos, Nigeria. Life in Jos was a blend of serene landscape and the warmth of its communities. His parents worked tirelessly to provide for him and his siblings. They lived in a small, modest home where the walls echoed with laughter and the air was thick with the scent of traditional dishes. Chidi's father was a carpenter, a skilled man with hands calloused from years of hard work, and his mother was a seamstress, known in the neighborhood for her intricate designs and kind heart. Growing up, Chidi was a curious and hardworking boy. He spent his day helping his father in the workshop, fascinated by the way small pieces of wood could be transformed into beautiful furniture. His evenings were often spent under the dim light of kerosene lamp, staying with his siblings. Despite the hardships, there was a sense of hope and determination that fueled Chidi's ambition. It instilled in him the values of perseverance and kindness, teaching him that no matter how difficult life became, no one should ever lose their humanity. Chidi's siblings, Amina, Musa, and Ife, were his closest friends. Amina was the eldest. She was nurturing and was wise beyond her years. She dreamed of becoming a school teacher and often took on the role of tutor for her younger ones. Musa and Ife, the twins, they were bundles of energy and mischief, always finding a way to bring laughter to their home. The bond between them was remarkable, forged in the fires of shared struggles and dreams. The family faced many challenges, from financial instability to the intermittent that plagued Jos Plateau State. Yet they found strength in each other. Chidi's father often said, "As long as we have each other, we face anything." Those words became a mantra for Chidi, a source of comfort during the darkest time. Now there was a crisis. On the 7th of September 2001, it started like other day in Jos. The sun rose above the horizon, casting a golden glow over the city. Chidi's sibling had gone to the popular Jos main market to go shopping. It was a day filled with the usual of hammering, sawing, soft hum, and conversation between father and son. However, by midday, the news of the crisis began to filter through the city. Whispers of violence and chaos spread like wildfire. The peaceful morning had turned into a nightmare. In the neighborhood, Chidi's parents, upon hearing this news, they were gripped by fear, and they decided to go look for Amina, Musa, and Ife. They instructed Chidi to lock himself up in the house while they searched for his siblings. Chidi waited anxiously, the hours stretching into eternity. He paced to and fro the small living room, pounding with dread. The sound of distant gunfire and screams pierced the air, a stark contrast to the usual calm of their neighborhood. As night fell, his parents had not returned. The darkness seemed to Chidi's soul, filling him with a deep sense of foreboding. Now Chidi began to feel alone. In the following days, the situation in Jos Plateau State worsened. The city was engulfed in violence, with homes and businesses destroyed and countless lives lost. Chidi, now alone, was eventually found by neighbors and he was taken to a refugee camp. The camp was a place of sorrow and despair, filled with people who had lost him. It was there, a few days later, Chidi heard that his parents had both killed in the crisis. The bodies of his siblings were never recovered, so Chidi never knew what happened to his siblings. Now the news shattered Chidi. His family was an unimaginable blow. He felt as though the ground had been ripped off from under him, leaving him to fall into an endless abyss of grief and loneliness. Now, each face mirrored his own pain, each story of loss echoing his personal tragedy. Chidi moved to Benin to live with his auntie after his parents died. The journey was long, filled with moments of deep reflection and silence. His aunt, a kind-hearted woman who had always been a source of comfort during family gatherings, welcomed Chidi with open hands. She had heard of the tragedy and she was determined to provide Chidi with the care and support all his life. Adjusting to life in Benin was challenging. The city was different from Jos. Chidi struggled with the weight of his loss. He found solace in the routine of daily life. Slowly, his auntie enrolled him in one of the best technical schools, recognizing his potential and the need for him to focus on something constructive. At the technical school, Chidi discovered a passion for solar energy. The idea of harnessing the power of the sun to create electricity fascinated Chidi. It was a way for him to metaphorically bring light to this world that is filled with so much darkness. Now Chidi was determined, and he began to excel at his studies, and he began to experiment with his own solar panel. Chidi's first successful solar panel was small. He built a solar panel for his auntie's house. It was a rudimentary device, but it worked. The sense of accomplishment felt indescribable. It was a beacon of hope, a sign that he could make a difference. His aunt was immensely proud, and she encouraged him to continue with his experiment. With her support, Chidi was able to raise enough money to purchase parts for a more advanced solar converter panel. Now, his second attempt was even more successful. The solar he built generated enough power to supply his aunt's apartment for several hours each day. This was a big achievement. The word of Chidi's success spread quickly, and soon Chidi was building solar panels for his neighbors and all his community members. Now the local government accused the youth of vandalizing the electricity transformer part, but the community blamed the government for looting public funds. In a climate of distrust and frustration, Chidi's work was a ray of hope. He continued to build and improve solar panels for the members of his auntie's community. Now, Chidi's impact on the community was profound. He became a local hero, a symbol of what could be achieved through hard work and determination. His story spread beyond Benin, capturing the attention of social media and a wider world. His innovative solution to the power crisis through building solar panel showed his unwavering commitment to helping others. Chidi became an internet sensation. Now, Chidi was invited to speak on a TED show, and other international platforms followed. Chidi's journey from a refugee in just Nigeria to a celebrated innovator was inspirational. His speeches filled with passion and authenticity. He resonated with audiences all around the world. He spoke not only about his achievements, but also spoke about the importance of community, the importance of resilience, and the power of kindness. As Chidi's fame grew, he gained the opportunities. He received scholarships from prestigious institutions like Harvard, as well as offers from universities in Sweden and Germany. Each offer was a testament to his talent and potential. However, one offer stood out: a fully funded master's degree in Nigeria with a sum of 2 million naira. Chidi attended the event where the scholarship was to be awarded, but to everyone's surprise, he turned it down. In front of the government officials, in front of the events and members of the Chidi gave a speech that will be remembered for years to come. The government has failed me since the day I was born, he began. The vague memories I have of my parents are struggling to get 2 meals in a day. My father tirelessly to put food on the table until the cold hands of death took him away from me. I do not want your award. The failure of the government to protect life from war and insecurity is never to take government scholarship from the government. I lost my siblings when they were only 12 and 13 years old. Why would I want your award? My poor aunt raised me all by herself. I have never seen electricity or water pipes. All we know is darkness and the stench of poverty. Look at what gas flaring has done to Nigeria. See what the greed of the leaders has caused. It is from one bad news to the next. It has been so many years that the first crisis in Jos started, but people are still killed in Jos every week in, week out. It no longer makes it to the news because it is now a common occurrence. There are no hospitals in the villages. While lawmakers loot funds, they go on expensive holidays in Dubai and Portugal. They wear designer labels and their dogs feed better than an average Nigerian family. Inflation skyrockets every day without a minimum wage increase. This speech was a scathing indictment of the government's failure and a call to action for change. It resonated deeply with many Nigerians who shared similar frustration. The media coverage was extensive. Chidi became just a local hero, but Chidi became a national symbol for hope and resistance. Now, Chidi accepted the scholarship and he moved to the United States to pursue his master's degree in alternative. Chidi continued to thrive and he immersed himself in his studies. Chidi's company quickly became a leader in the renewable energy industry, known for its innovative solutions and commitment to sustainability. Did not only provide clean energy, but he also created jobs and opportunities for people. Chidi's success was a testament of his hard work, perseverance, and values instilled in him by his parents and his. Despite giving back, despite his success, Chidi never forgot his roots or the people who had supported him along his way. He relocated to Caltech and he took his auntie with him, ensuring she had the comfort she deserved. Chidi was established in a scholarship. He provided scholarships for Nigerians every year. Chidi's commitment to his community remained strong. Chidi installed solar pan street light. He brought so much needed electricity to his area in Nigeria. He no longer waited for the Nigerian government to give his people light. Chidi's effort transformed his community, providing not just physical improvement, also a sense of hope and possibility. Chidi's story is an inspiration to so many, showing that even in the face of great adversity, one person can make a difference. Now, a prominent figure of the renewable energy industry, Chidi continues to innovate and inspire. He reflects on his journey, the losses he endured, and the people who helped him along the way. The memories of his family remain with him, a source of both motivation. Chidi's plans are ambitious. He aims to expand his company's reach, bringing clean energy solutions to even more communities around the world. He also continues to advocate for social and environmental justice, using his platform on social media to raise awareness and drive for change. Despite Chidi's accomplishments, Chidi remains humble and grounded, driven by the values of kindness, resilience, and community that have guided him through his life. His story is a testament to the power of human spirit, a beacon of hope in a world often overshadowed by darkness. Thank you everyone for joining me today. I just read a short story from my book titled Empowered Voices. I published it on Amazon some few months ago and the book is not doing so well. So I decided to come online and read it out and see if it makes any difference. Thank you so much. Empowered Voices is a collection of 10 short stories with strong female character leads, and the themes include friendship, social media, and government failures. So again, thank you for joining me and kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. So I'll see you in another hour. Thank you so much. Okay, now I'm trying to cover my camera, but I can't. How did I do it earlier? I can't remember what I did. Yeah, because I was going too close to the camera. So now I don't even know if I finished or not. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to do that to them. And I'm going to come back later for them to see what I am doing here.